Welcome to the King of the Court podcast with Ben Riggs and Ben Staten.
All right, welcome to the King of the Court podcast. I'm Ben Riggs, and this is Ben Staten.
Yo.
All right, this is a fun episode. I mean, we're sort of on the eve, or not even the eve, the morning of the NBA Cup games. But there's some NBA chatter that's actually kind of drowning out the excitement for the NBA Cup games. I don't know if drowning it out, but certainly sort of taking the spotlight away from the NBA Cup, and that is what gets every basketball fan on the planet excited, and it's trade rumors. So Shams, who in the absence of Woj is sort of the new All-NBA knowing oracle, has reported that not only are the Miami Heat open to potential trades for Jimmy Butler, but that there are three teams Jimmy Butler is willing to play for. He's sort of Dame timing the Miami Heat, right?
To have this happen to the Heat is particularly hilarious, but also good for Shams for finally abusing the hegemonic news-breaking powers that he was gifted by Woj retiring. You know, he'd been sort of silent, but I do appreciate
this is a Shams bomb. And so we, our first real big Shams bomb is that the Miami Heat are willing to trade Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler is willing to play for three teams. Those three teams are the Dallas Mavericks, the Golden State Warriors, and the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to dive into each of these scenarios. Just right off the top, my 20 seconds on this is that I think the Dallas Mavericks, honestly, man, I don't see it. For one, I think that this team is so well constructed and is only beginning to find its stride. That's the crazy thing. They're second in the Western Conference, second or third. They're right there in the Western Conference.
Are they 9-1 in the last 10? Haven't they
won? They're playing unbelievably well, and I still don't think that they've been able to get all of them on the floor yet, and playing in the order that Jason Kidd foresees for this team. I mean, Luka Doncic won Player of the Week. He's fully back from his wrist injury, slow start, all that. He's back at MVP level, Luka. Kyrie has had an amazing start to the season. Gafford and Lively look like sort of, that demon-headed twin monster in the middle that everybody expected them to be. PJ's been great this year. In fact, PJ's kind of seemed to be sort of the fulcrum upon which Dallas's success swings. Najee Marshall's looked unbelievably well. Quentin Grimes has been great. I just don't look at this team and think there's a lot of opportunity to upgrade to the level. Now, this is the important point, to the level of Jimmy Butler. All right. Could you upgrade on the margins here and there? Yes, but there's not enough that this team should be willing to part ways with to go out and get a Jimmy Butler. The one big piece I could see is maybe Klay Thompson, but that's not anywhere near enough to match what Miami's sending out for Jimmy Butler. And I just don't see how you pair together enough sort of marginal players in order to make that trade work. What do you think?
Well, I think we got to address the biggest issue first, and that is that Shams bomb just does not work. That's just doesn't. The Woj bomb works better. I think Shams Nami is a much better choice. Shams Nami. So
Shamsquake.
Shamsquake. There we go. The Shamsquake.
Shamnado.
Yeah. That now that we've gotten important issues, addressed, I think it does not make sense for a team which is, I just pulled them up right now. Yeah, they're 9-1 their last 10. They're 16-8, and they're on a 7 games winning streak. They're not blowing it up for Jimmy Butler. Especially not blowing it up for someone if this was a 25-year-old Jimmy Butler, maybe. But that's a move that shrinks their window, and just from a time-wise than what it is currently. And as you said, looking at their roster, you would have to give up, unless you're trading Luka and Kyrie, which obviously you're not. You'd have to give up one, 3 or 4 of Klay, Najee, Kleba, Gafford. You're giving up a lot of core pieces in the rotation, and draft capital, which Dallas is low on because they have made a bunch of trades. This is not like first round picks are really important for Dallas. They just do not have like if they're going to give them up, they have to hit 100%. They have to hit it out of the ballpark.
I don't see.
So
I
I
just
don't
don't
see it
see.
happening.
I don't see anything coming out of Dallas. Like there is no reason to move. But for starters, I mean, outside of Luca and Kyrie, who even still, you'd have like there's not enough to match there. But like even still, with one of those two guys, who you're absolutely not moving.
Yeah.
Everything else is so far away. You end up having to pair together so many different pieces that you've completely reconstructed this team. It's just not realistic. Jimmy Butler can want to play for Dallas all he wants. Jimmy Butler is not going to become a Dallas Maverick. And I don't think that the Dallas Mavericks should want him to. Once again, I think the Dallas Mavericks are the best team in the West. I think that their roster is very well constructed, and they have still yet to hit their full stride. I think they should hold pat and let the work that they've put in the off season sort of come to fruition. And I think that they will rise to the top as the best team in the West if they just show a little patience.